Greetings fellow 50p collectors, Coin Snatcher here, and we have an update video this afternoon. So with the weather being pretty grim and no Formula 1 on the telly yet, I decided I'd take the car out for a run and pop over to the Royal Mint in Clontressant in Wales and pick up the latest Strike Your Own coin. But before we do that, I was asked a question by Les, the 50p collector. Check out his collection on Twitter, X, formerly known as Twitter. Let's get it right. And he asked about the Birmingham 2022 Strike Your Own 50p. So this is the 50p in question here. And the Royal Mint had a bit of a boo-boo with this coin. So when you open it up, it's got a little bit of writing inside here, celebrating the return of the Commonwealth Games to the United Kingdom for the first time in 20 years. It wasn't a return to the United Kingdom, it was actually a return to England. So they redid this, but rather than redo it as such, they stuck a sticker over this. That was the first one you could get with a sticker, and then I believe there was a version after that that had another sticker where they changed it again. So I think there's actually 3 different versions of this card, but this is the first error version, if you like. So apologies, Les, I said this was the non-error version. Normally it would be, but this is the one they cocked up first time round. So there we go, that's that one. Now, while I was over at the Royal Mint, I had a look around the Royal Mint Museum because they change it reasonably regular, and it's just nice to have a dander around and have a look at all the new displays or whatever new coins they have out on display. And I wouldn't normally do videos or take pictures or anything in there because, to be honest, I'm too lazy. But I decided to take a couple of pictures today. If anybody's interested in the Royal Mint, you want to know what the museum is like, then drop me a message below, and the next time I go over, then I'll certainly take a lot more pictures, or I might even walk around and do a video. But I'm only going to do that if there's any interest in it, so comments below. But the reason for taking a couple of pictures at the Royal Mint experience today was, this is the, you'll have to bear with me now, it's on this phone, but this is the Coronation 50p, and this is actually on display in the museum. And what you see is not a fault of the phone. The horrible staining on it is toning. So bear in mind, I'm pretty sure this is a 2023 coin, but correct me if I'm wrong. Just look at how bad the toning is on that. I couldn't believe it. I looked at it and I thought, holy shit, how have they managed that coin to tone so bad? It's on display, and nobody's had the common sense. It's just a regular Cupro nickel coin. I don't believe it's a silver proof, because when I looked it up it's number 29. When I looked up 29, it just said 50 circulating Coronation 50p. But holy jeez, look at the toning on that. So I thought some of my coins had toned because, they're on display. But none of my coins have toned to this extreme. It's absolutely horrendous. So I thought I was shocked by it. So I thought, well, if I'm shocked by it, the other 50p collectors out there will be shocked by it. So I actually, just while I'm here, I took 2 pictures of it. So there's another picture. Have you ever seen a coin like that that's gone so bad in what's probably only, 6 or 8 months? And then this was a 5-ounce silver proof coin for the Coronation, and that one's toned to hell as well. You can see the different colours on it. And then that was the same coin again, but just more toning. That was another Jubilee coin that had started to tone. I thought to myself as I was walking around, if they can't even be bothered to, have nice coins out on display, then what's the incentive for anybody to buy these, collectible NIFC, not intended for circulation coins? Let's pop this one round, because I'm just going to turn this round and the phone will have to lock it. yeah, so what is the point in these coins if nobody is going, if they're going to tone like that? I mean, I think that's pretty bad. Now, bear with me, we'll just get this one locked into place so you can see it. So let's pop this on. So if we have the bottom coin here is a 1 kilo gold coin finished to Royal Mint proof standards. God knows what that means. But yeah, this is a kilo coin. And the reason I took a picture of this is because you have the coin at the bottom and then the top is the die that's used to strike the coin. And you can see that that's in reverse compared to the coin below. So a whacking great big 1 kilo. It's actually a bit underwhelming because when you see it, you would think a 1 kilo gold coin would be humongous, but it's not really. So those were just a couple of the little interesting things that I come across at the Royal Mint Museum today. But of course, the main reason for going over was to get the latest strike your own coin. So I arrived at the Mint, and when I go, I always try to get more than 3 strike your own coins, but they're normally on the ball with it. So to get 6 strike your own coins, you have to pay for 2 tours. The tours are £15 each, and any further you're allowed then to have another 2 strike your own coins per person, so each person can have 3 in total. Any additional coins, they're charged at £7.50 each. So I have 6 coins at £7.50, which is 45 odd pounds, and then the 2 charges total 30. So to get 6 strike your own coins from the Royal Mint costs £75, and then probably £10 to £15 in petrol to get over there because it's 50 miles there and 50 miles back. So brings it up, I would say, £85 to £90, and then 2 hours of my time and an hour having to walk around, etc. So when I go, I always like to try and get a little bit extra, and as you can see from the collection, it's quite rare that I sell any when I have the extra ones. But the latest one that they have on today is this one here, which is the new Tyrannosaurus. Let's just see if we can zoom out a bit on this. The new Tyrannosaurus strike your own 50p. Now luckily the Royal Mint was quite quiet today, and there's a couple of the blokes at work there, and they steadfastly won't let you have more than 3. And I try everything. I say, oh, the missus is in the toilet, but she'd be out in a minute. Or I'll say, oh, she's in the car park, she's not feeling too great, she'll be in a minute. But this lady, I waddled on up to the counter, and she's like, oh yeah, we've got one more tour this afternoon. And I said to her, well, I'll have 2 then, please. And she looked around as if to say, where's the other person? And I said, oh, she's over there getting coffee before we go in. So she let me have the 2 tours, and then she asked me if I wanted any strike your owns. And I tend to act a bit like a simpleton. I make out that it's my first time there, and I don't really know the way the process works, and get them to explain the fact that once you've paid for the tour, you can buy the strike your own coins, and they're £7.50 each. So pull the old fast one in it, and then went into the tour. And I don't know how many times I've done the tour, but it must be 25 times probably I've been to the Royal Mint. So a good walk around. One of the guys who did the tour, I hadn't seen him before, so made sure to ask him as many awkward questions as possible. And then we got to the striking machine, and this is the striking machine is where you do your own strike your own coin. You get to push the button on it. It's pretty cool. Just out of normal note, if you get a circulating 50p, they're struck with about 50 tons of pressure, and they're struck once. With these coins, they strike your own coins, they're struck 3 times, and depending on the design of the coin, it's between 105 and 150 tons of pressure they use. So these coins are different to circulating coins, and they are different to bank coins as well, because the guy was telling me that they only strike bank coins twice. So there is a difference on the strike your own coins. If you've ever had one of these and you feel the edge on it, the edge is quite sharp on it as well. but by striking it with more pressure, you get more detail on the coin. Really nice looking. So yeah, managed to get 6 of these, and as I say, had a good old walk around. And when we were doing the tour, he did ask if anybody had any questions. So nobody there. There wasn't that many of us there. So I asked if there was any questions, and I said yes. This picture isn't so good, but with the big one they've got in the Royal Mint, when you look at King Charles's ear, it looks like there's a bird. So I said to them, was the bird in King Charles's ear intentional? And he said no. So nobody on the tour obviously is a coin collector like us lot, but I can imagine there's a lot of people now going home and looking at their money and looking at the bird that is part of King Charles's ear. On another note as well, another guy there asked if Queen Elizabeth coins were going to be taken out of circulation. Now, as coin collectors, we all know they're not going to be taken out of circulation until they're worn down, and they're sort of taken out through natural causes over time. But he was saying that we could be facing the possibility of having maybe 3 different monarchs on our coins at the same time. He did let it slip that apparently King Charles has a heart condition, so it may be possible that we could have Queen Elizabeth coins in circulation, King Charles coins in circulation, and King William coins in circulation. So that would be quite interesting. I will be interested anyway to see how long old King Charles lives for, because I can't see him living as long as his mum. Obviously he's been in there recently, hasn't he, to the hospital and had his bits operated on or whatever. But that was for man problems. Then if he does has this heart problem as well, it'd be interesting times ahead. So you may find that out of all the kings and queens, King Charles might actually have one of the shortest reigns. But can't say for definite, so I guess we'll just have to wait that one out and see what happens. But there we go, we've got another 6 strike your own coins for the collection, and I reckon these have probably cost me 90 quid, so 6 of these works out at £15 a piece. So anybody selling these coins, if they're on eBay for 20 or 25 quid, they're not really making any money on it. Not in my eyes, and generally speaking that's why I don't really bother selling them, because there's just not enough profit in them. I'd rather sit them on the shelf, keep them for 10 years, and then hopefully in 10 years they'll go up in value nicely. The chap was telling us that the collectible coin market has gone up considerably in the last few years, so there's more and more people now collecting coins. But of course they would say that, wouldn't they? It's in their interest to say that. So there we go. That's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If anybody is interested in seeing more of the Royal Mint Museum, then leave me a message below, and when I go back, then I'll take more pictures, might even do a video while I'm in there. And just for reference, the dinghy diver 50p, the Royal National Lifeboat Institution, or the Uber dinghy diver as I call it, that 50p is being released tomorrow. I'm off work tomorrow, so I may take another little trip over there, but I'll have to phone them before I go, because there's no point in going over there if they don't have the coin on sale in the shop. And quite often it takes a week or so after it goes on release for the coin to be available in the shop. So we'll play that one by ear. But that's it for this video. Have a great evening. Peace and love. Coin Snatcher out.